unlike most of the other rap groups during that time, you guys had really like positive lyrics,
Right.
really pop friendly
Yeah.
kind of songs. And
Yeah.
I think you had said once that we were the one rap group that white people didn't have to fear if they saw us at an ATM.
I did say that. I did say that. Well, because, you know, and it was that era too. You know, it was Kid and Play, it was Jazzy Jeff and Fresh Prince. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
And it was by design. First of all, it was who we were. Like we weren't hard rocks. Like, you know, our neighborhood, yeah.
Well, Play.
Yeah,
was
but
robbing people.
by then he had seen the light. Okay,
so you had stopped that years ago.
I got him into GED, everything. I was like, dude, your way ain't working. I said, you need to, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Stop selling crack and crack a book. Let's go. So Play was off that by then. He was you know, well on his way to, you know, living positively. And you know, that's the thing we were into at that time. We loved music. We loved fashion, we loved to dance, and we loved girls. And so that's what we talked about. And we felt like we could talk about that intelligently. And you know, we couldn't, you know, anytime we try to do like some really hard record, it just fell flat. Like people were just like,
nah. Not
really?
You shot who?
You going, what? You know what I'm saying? What shot you had? Vaccine?
Well, so you come out with this album, Too Hype. It goes gold, and now you guys are known. And was it right afterwards when the animated cartoon came out?
No, actually, that the animated cartoon came about after House Party came out.
Oh, that came later.
Yeah, that came later because after House Party, that was the second game changer.
Got it. Okay, so let's go ahead and just do this in order then. So after the first album comes out, House Party the movie comes together.
Right, it comes together. We were, you know, the Too Hype album was doing really well. We're touring all over the country. You know, initially we were, like I said, we were opening for Salt and Pepper, but after a while, you know what I mean, we were getting our weight up, and we were touring with everybody. We were touring with Guy, we were touring with Tony, we were touring with MC Hammer, we were touring with Public Enemy. And during that time, you know, we're in New York and everything is hot. We got, you know, 2-3 hot videos out. And a cat used to come up to me all the time. I was always the one hanging out in the clubs and stuff. And a cat used to come up to me all the time and give me his card and talk to me and said, hey man, you know, me and my brother got this company, man. I want, you know, we'd love to shoot some of your music videos. I mean, he was a music video director. I was like, yeah, man, it's cool. You know, all right, cool. You know, we had a guy at the time. We had this white dude that we worked with at the time who we had a nice relationship with. And we were, you know, when nothing was broke. So it was, but I had the dude's card and I'm like, all right, cool. And then another time he comes to me and says, hey man, I got a movie script. I wrote a movie script that I want you and Play to consider. And come to find out, this is Reggie Hudlin, the producer, director, writer of House Party, you know, along with his brother, Warrington. So they, back in those days, it was usually my job to read stuff for the crew. You know what I mean? Like if it was a script or something, proposal or something like that, yo, let Kid read it. You know what I mean? I had it, that's what my college degree was worth. So yeah, let Kid read it, and then I break it down to them and break it down what's going on. So they gave me the script for House Party, and I read it. And I had read a few different movie scripts that they had, people had put forth for us, and none of them had really grabbed me at all. They were just corny. And obviously, like I told you, we thought we was the shit. So we just like, we ain't doing no corny shit. But I read House Party, and I remember thinking to myself, I was like, you know what? I was like, it's like 70% there. And that's what I told Play, and that's what I told Herbie Lovebug. I said, you know what? It's like 70% there. It's like the best thing I've ever read that had been submitted to us. And I said, I think we can get it the rest of the way. I think if they let us do our thing and bring, you know, some hip hop credibility to it, you know, whatever we could bring musically, lyrically, style-wise, culturally, that we could get it there. And so I told them that. So that's when we went down. Reggie and them had us come down to New Line Cinema, and we, you know, they kind of interviewed us. You know, they had us, Play and I, read some scenes and then do like some improv to check the chemistry. And I remember thinking that day when we met with, you know, these stuffy white folks and stuff, you know what I mean? I don't think they realized what they was getting. And I remember leaving that meeting saying, "Well, shit, we ain't gonna do this movie." But I thought we bombed. You know what I mean? But what happened was we left their office and we were right there on 14th Street in the city. And one of the New Line executives said, "Hey, man, you know what? I'll walk you guys down, man. You know, blah blah blah." So the New Line person comes down with us, and it just so happened that when we were getting out of this office building, there was a high school like right down the block, and it was like around 3 o'clock. So the high school had just let out. So we're like on the street, and so all these high school kids come and they get a load of us. And you know, like I said, we was super hot right then. Man, these kids are going buck fucking wild, going wild. And the executive's like, she's looking at this like, you know what I mean? So that was the best thing, the best, you know, kind of send off that we could have because it showed that, you know, people, you know, the fans and the kids were really feeling us. And then, we ended up putting it together. I know there was talk at that time that it was between Kid and Play and Jazzy Jeff and the Fresh Prince.
Right.
There's some truth to that as far as I was told.
Well, Jazzy Jeff had an interview where he talked about it.
Mm-hmm.
This is what he said. He said when Jazzy Jeff and Fresh Prince did Nightmare on My Street, New Line Cinema sued the hell out of them.
That's right.
But they liked the record and they thought that the two of them were talented from Parents Just Don't Understand. So part of the settlement was that they had to pay New Line a bunch of money, but they also offered scripts for the movies. And the first script, he said, was House Party. So if you think about the premise of House Party, one dude was a DJ and one dude was a rapper. So it was set up for Jazzy Jeff and Fresh Prince. We were thinking about doing movies back then, and then Kid and Play blew up off of that. That was Jazzy Jeff's version of that story.
Yeah, no, and I love Jazzy. No, that sounds very accurate. I mean, like I said, we knew that there was beef between New Line and Jeff and them behind that song, and so it came out in kind of different ways. If they passed on it or they were just like, we don't want to fuck with you, New Line, because we're in litigation, or we just went through something with y'all. So, but look. Those things have a way of happening, like, you know what I mean? Like, if they passed on that and we got it, that was amazing,